I had like a bunch of stuff I wanted to do today outside. Not necessarily today, but there's stuff. I have like a list of stuff that I could do every day. Stuff outside, stuff in terms of making videos, in terms of stuff on my laptop, um, stuff with the van. I have like, different things that not everything I could do every day, especially if it rains, but I just have like a list of stuff that I just go through every day and try to do, depending on what's going on that day, to try to do the bulk of it. But it made me think of something. Like today, my head hurt. I had a headache, and I didn't do as much of that stuff as I wanted to. But that's okay because I didn't feel that great today, and I had a headache. Making extra food, I was able to get food today because I sold a laptop. I was able to buy, a wider range of food than I had. I was planning on digging stuff out of the back because I'm pretty sure I have a lot of food back there, but underneath here. But at the time, I'd rather just went and buy food or go and buy food because it's gonna take me like an hour's worth of work, if not more, to dig that stuff out and put everything back. Try to organize it too if I could, ideally. So it was a lot easier for me. The extra money I had to walk to Dollar Tree, buy the food, and then make some food that way. I feel a lot better now. I'm gonna have another cup of coffee because that made me feel a lot better. I think it might have been from having coffee every day and not having coffee this morning because I didn't have any. That might have been where my headache came from. But I was just thinking, like, I put my health first. Um, like, that's what I did today. Like, I had stuff on my list I wanted to do. I didn't get that stuff done because I didn't feel that good, and that's fine. Not every day is the same. Not every day, you feel you have as much energy, you got as much sleep, or you feel at an optimal. Your body feels at an optimal level. I didn't do as much like physical work today. I didn't walk yesterday. I think I walked about 6 miles. And today I only walked to Chili's one time instead of three times. So should have more energy to do other things by the van as opposed to how much I did yesterday. Um, that didn't happen, and I put my health first. But at a job where you get a nice big salary or some nice benefits waved in your face, you you're taught and trained to just, if you don't feel good, if you didn't get enough sleep, if you have kids and you got to deal with them at night and you didn't feel as great in the morning, just push through it and work. And that's okay because you have medical benefits. You have a doctor that you can, if you don't feel good, it's beyond your own taking care of, you can go see a doctor. That's not putting your health primary. That's putting your health like secondary, third, fourth, whatever on your list of things. You're putting your job before your health, and you may not see it that way, but like doing stuff every day when you don't feel optimal. And this happened to me a lot at work. I'd call out a lot of times because I didn't feel great, and that's in society, in superficial society, that's looked down upon. Even if it snows and the roads aren't as good and you have one vehicle, or you have a vehicle that isn't in the best shape, and it's not the best idea for you to drive when it snows, and it may not be that great for that company that day, but for the long-term health of your employee, it's probably better. But it's frowned upon in superficial society, and it's not seen as putting your health on the back burner because you have medical benefits. That's stupidity. That's so dumb. um you're what you do every day. That's why things like flex hours with jobs, that's going to start changing around the way I think we look at health, and we look at our employment status and our jobs and how our jobs handle our health and stuff like that. Like, what flex hours allow you to do is at least put your health or other things first before your job. And that's a start, but that's not where society should be. People wouldn't have so many health issues down the line if they didn't bolt through their jobs on days they didn't get enough sleep, on days they didn't feel optimal, on days they felt sick or had a headache or their stomach ache. They wouldn't have so many health issues to go see a doctor with their medical benefits after they've worked 20 years, because that's what that does to your body. And you're just too lazy and ignorant to look at it that way. I don't know. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but today's common social, superficial society, whatever you want to call it, the norm is to, if you feel, unless you're like deathly sick, and you physically like are unable to work, in a lot of cases, like just not being able to work at your optimal level, even if you can work, it may help the company that day, but does the company give a fuck when you retire and you have health issues down the line because of all the days you worked and you didn't feel good? No, I don't give a shit. They give a shit about you performing and, increasing their growth and economic gains and economic potential at the time that you work for them. That's your call. That's nobody's call but you. And it may be the easiest thing for most people to do nowadays because they don't have other options. Hopefully that changes one day. But that's how it should be looked at, not anything else. Not, oh, my health comes first because I have medical benefits. That's stupid. Don't trick yourself. Don't fool yourself. I don't know. That my situation today and how I kind of like didn't feel that great, didn't do as much, and I was like, I did this at work and it didn't always go that well, and well, it's gonna go well for me because my health comes first. So fuck off.